Welcome to another week of camp. We are so excited that you're here. We are at Camp El Tesoro today. So we are going to be doing some team building exercises out here with a couple of our buddies from Camp El Tesoro. So I'm gonna take you on the bridge. Okay, hi guys. Welcome to
Camp El Tesoro.
Yes. Welcome to our virtual camp. So you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, my name is Brian Miller, and I'm the Vice President of Outdoor Connection for Campfire First Texas.
Okay.
And this...
My name is Jacob Summer. I'm the camp director here at Camp El Tesoro, and then during the school year, I run campfires after school.
Awesome. Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about what we're going to do today.
Okay, well, we have some team building exercises for you today. And I thought I'd start out with just a brief explanation of team building. And so for us, team building is just taking a group, and it can be a group of anybody. It can be classmates, it can be family members, it could even be a sports team, and we present them with some kind of challenge or problem that they work together to accomplish a solution. We feel like it's really important because you learn a lot about yourself, and you learn a lot about the other members of your team, and then that comes in handy down the road. When a challenge comes up, you already kind of know how you work together, and it helps you solve future challenges.
Okay, great.
When we have a team building group, we usually talk about a couple of principles before we get started. So the first one is what we call challenge by choice. Most of the things we do today are going to be kind of what we call field initiatives, so we're not going to climb real high, but it's still important that you feel safe and comfortable. And so challenge by choice, we feel like the best change happens when you push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit, but we want you to still feel safe. And so you make those decisions and you let us know. We do have an activity today that's going to require a blindfold. If you feel uncomfortable blindfolded, then you don't have to do that. You could just close your eyes and open them when you wanted, or you could just keep your eyes open during the activity. But it's important to us that you're safe and comfortable the whole time. Also reminds me, one of the things we really like to do with team building groups is what we call the 5-finger contract, or the 5-finger compact. And what that is we start off with the little finger, and your little finger is your smallest finger, and so it's the most likely to get injured. And so we talk about safety with the little finger. It's a great reminder to keep yourself safe. With field initiatives, safety for us means not running and paying attention where you're stepping, and if you need to step down off of something, stepping off that safely. So safety's first. Next is your ring finger. For a married couple, they wear their wedding band there, and so that reminds us of commitment. And that's just a commitment to be engaged in the process. You want to try everything at the level you feel comfortable with. The next finger is the middle finger. Sometimes it gets a bad reputation. For us, we use that for the exact opposite. We use it for positive and being supportive and reinforcing your teammates. Next finger is your index or pointer finger, and lots of times you use that to point to different directions. And so it's a good reminder for us to follow directions. And the last finger in the 5-finger compact is the thumb, and that's an okay, and it's a reminder to have a good time and have fun while we're doing this.
We are with Jacob out here, and he's going to start us off with some team building.
Yeah, so today we are going to start with an activity called the Invisible Maze. Before we start with the activity, though, I wanted to kind of talk about the types of activities we're going to be doing today and how we selected them. Obviously, we have some social distancing that needs to be done, and so we picked some activities where Brian and I can remain 6 feet apart and can complete these activities together. So what we did today is we made a maze, a grid over here. So we just used cones and rocks to weigh the paper down. Because it's a little bit of a breeze today, but this is something that you can replicate at home for sure. And so the goal of this activity is for Brian to get through this maze without making a wrong step. There is a secret path that he must follow, and I have that path right here.
Don't look, Brian.
So the path he must follow is these circled numbers here.
Okay.
And so one facilitator in your group knows what the path is, and everybody else is trying to successfully get across the maze. if anybody makes a wrong step, so they step on a number that is not circled, they have to start over.
Okay.
And they must step on every number that is circled to get across the maze. So your family, if you've got multiple people each attempting, once somebody makes a wrong step, they go to the back of the line, and then the next person tries to get even further than the previous person did. So every time you make a mistake, you come back to the line and start again.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So when you're setting up this maze, you can pick whatever path you want. The rules are the next step must be a number that is bordering a given number. So for example, for number 3, the next step could be any of these 5 spaces here. So numbers 2, 7, 6, 5, or 4, since they each border number 3.
Okay.
All right. So you can pick and make a grid of your own. You can pick whatever path you want. And so Brian's going to attempt to cross this maze. And if he makes any wrong steps, I'll tell him nope. And he'll have to go back to the beginning and try again. All right. So Brian, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. You understand all the rules?
I do.
All right. So you may begin. Take your first step.
Step on number 3.
No. 3 is not correct.
Let me go back
All right.
to the end of the line.
So whoever's next in line would now attempt to get further.
Okay.
I'm going to step on number 2.
All right, that is correct. So what is your next step?
Number 3.
It is not 3.
Oh.
So you got to restart.
So this really challenges your thinking too.
I know number 2.
All right, 2 is correct.
How about number 7?
7 is correct.
All right, I'm on a roll. Now 6.
6 is correct.
I'm really on a roll. Now 11.
11 is correct.
I'm on fire.
14 is incorrect. All right, so
he has to go back to the beginning every
has
time.
to go back to the beginning every time. So whoever's next in line needs to remember that order because it's the same order every single time.
Okay.
To 7, to 6, to 11, to 13, to 20, to 19, to 18.
Okay, we know it's not 23. You've got 2 other choices since there's only 1 number left.
Hold on. Let's go over here.
There you
24.
go.
Our next activity is going to be an activity called Minefield. And what you want to do is either rope or cone off a square area. You could even use a whole room if you wanted to.
Okay.
And that's what we've done here. Pieces of paper from the previous activity, so we know you have it. We're just going to wad them up, and we're going to throw them out here in the minefield. You can use anything for this. You want to make sure they're kind of spread out. Jacob's very, very brave. He's actually going to do it blindfolded.
Ooh, okay.
This is an option for you. It makes it a lot tougher. And this can be done just with 2 people, or you could have, 5 or 6 people all trying to get through the minefield. You can do it kind of slow, or you could do it kind of like a race and see who can make it through the fastest. The rules are you have to listen to your partner. Your partner is going to communicate with you as to where to walk. And the idea is you don't want to step on one of the mines. And if you step on one of the mines, you have to return back over and start all over.
Okay.
And so you want to try to be as descriptive as you can when you communicate. So Jacob, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, we're ready then. Jacob, I want you to take a big step with your right foot. Good step. Go ahead and bring your left foot up to meet it. Very good. Okay, now you're going to step with your left foot, but you got to pick it up real high. Big left foot. There you go, and down. Good. Bring your right foot to meet it. the start. Why don't we do another part, an easier part of the minefield? Take a couple of stutter steps to your left. That looks like a better path. Okay. Take a big step with your right foot.
Oh!
Take a
Got
medium-sized step with your right foot.
There
you
he
go.
goes.
Left foot up. Take a big step with your left foot. And then step way up and over with your right foot. There you go. No down.
Oh!
Again. I gotta figure out a better way to do size. Okay, let's take another half step to your left. Okay, you're in good shape. Let's take 2 or 3 steps forward. 2, one more, and hold. Okay, we're gonna slow things down and make sure we get this right. I want you to scoot to your left a little more. One more scoot. Good. You're good. You're in good shape. Okay. Now I want you to take a step with your right foot. Good one. Yeah, there you go. Bring your left foot up to meet it. And another step with your right foot. And bring your left foot up to meet it. And now scoot just a tiny bit to your left. Okay, close. Okay. Now taking a step with your right foot, a big step. Good. Bring your other foot up to meet it. You're looking really good here. Okay. Taking another step with your right foot. Perfect. Bring your left foot up. Another big step with your right foot. Down. You're good. Bring your left foot up to meet it. Now I want you to scoot to your left again. And another little scoot to the left. And big step forward. You are out of the
Yay!
Nice work.
Good job. That's some teamwork right there. Good job.
Right, so we're going to start with a card game or a card problem solving activity that you can try. This is called the number slide. And so what I have here is I have 11 cards, ace through 10 plus the jack. So jack is number 11 for us and ace equals 1. And the goal of this game is to rearrange the board into number order. So it's going to be upside down for you, but this space would need to be ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack. The way you do this is you can only move one card at a time and you can only move it to a vacant spot. So for example, I have 2 choices right now. I can either move the jack here or I can move the 5 here. And so what I want to do is rearrange the board and try to move pieces so that I can get things to where I want them to be. So you can only move one card at a time. This can be an individual activity, it can be a team activity, it can be a contest. In a deck of cards, there are 4 suits, there are 4 of each number. So you can have up to 4 people, each with their own board, all trying to solve it as a contest or as a race. Or you could have a team effort trying to solve one map together. So there are a lot of different ways you can do this. I've got the 8 where I want it to be, and the 7 where I want it to be. And now, see, this 3 down here, I got to figure out a way to get that out of there without messing everything else up. And so a lot of times you have to redo what you thought was solved and then end up moving things around. So again, this could take a while to solve it. There are a lot of different varieties to it,
Okay.
but it takes a lot of patience, a lot of problem solving, a lot of different tries.
Okay.
And that's one thing we really try to teach at camp is that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. It's okay to not get something right the first time. And that's what happens in this is you have to make lots and lots and lots of mistakes before you actually get it right. And that's okay. That's how we learn. That's part of life. That's a quality that we call grit, which is not giving up and continuing to try even when you get things wrong. And so that's what we hope kids and families learn from this activity is problem solving, communication, but most importantly, not giving up when things get difficult.
Great. Thank you so much.